You're all familiar with him. And he has come to me and said, you know what? I'm going to literally hold the Atlanta Police Department accountable. I'm going to hold builders accountable, and with his own resources. This week, he gave $1 million to the Atlanta Police Department on surveillance cameras. $1 million out of his own money. So I think we've got, as you know, somebody that would represent you. I live in your neighborhood, and I understand. You know, once something started construction, who's being held accountable if they go out of business or if they file foreclosure, or if the street gets halfway fixed? So the true answer to that is to hold the city council and the elected officials accountable.
You know, it's unfortunate. The streets of Buckhead looks like a lot of the residential development you see across the state, where it gets started and then it just collapses. And part of that is because we're not keeping enough people coming into Georgia, and that's focused on economic development. One of the things in the new tax bill that passed is it gives the Department of Economic Development the authority to remove the sales and use tax on construction. If that's something that will help get that project started and moving again, then I would urge the department to do that. Because it's in the heart of one of our most commercially viable districts, and it needs to get going again. And that just means making Georgia an attractive place to do business and using whatever tools we can to help that private sector get moving forward without taking it over from the government by any stretch.
Yeah, it is an important issue because it was planning to be this great big development. Now it's become a blight. We do need to work with the local community, Atlanta, City of Atlanta, to help keep it look clean. But we also need to, as a state, work with the developer and see what he needs from us. But at the end of the day, it is whoever has bought that. You mentioned a name. I don't know who the developer is, but and we got to honor private property rights and the ability for them to operate and develop the property that they've paid for. But as your state senator, I would definitely work with you to be in touch with your local city council member and make sure that the City of Atlanta was doing what they need to do to make that area of Atlanta as clean and approachable as possible.